喧嘩は
Yeah, don't worry, Lukako. We're just these two are just practicing like their comedy routine for their next show. Don't mind them. Lukako is flustered. Looks like he thinks we're fighting.
こいつはマキセ・クリス助手だ。
もういい。もう助手でいい。よろしくお願いします、マキセさん。漆原ルカです。よろしく。おいくつなの？今年で17です。私の1個下か。そうなんですか？マキセさん、とても大人っぽくて1歳違いには見えないんです。
Yeah, right? I said this before. Mostly because of the art style and all that. She definitely looks like older. Like early 20s or something, to me.
つまり老け顔ということだな。
She glares at me.
いえ、違います。綺麗だっていう意味ですから。サンクス。あなたはとても可愛らしいと思うわ。
But he's a guy. I probably shouldn't tell her that. Let it run for a while. The shock from learning the truth might be enough to make her go back to America.
くだらん社交辞令は終わったか？
いちいち言い方がムカつくわね。
ならばルカ来いよ。お前の父上とお話ししたい。呼んできてはくれまいか？
はい、いいですけど、お父さんにお話って。
これは人類の未来に関わる重大な要件なのだ。
人類の？
Yeah, that's right. It's very important.
未来？すぐ呼んできます。
Lukaku races into the shrine office. He believes just about everything I say. He's really easy to deal with, unlike my rebellious assistant right over here.
やだ、風邪ひいたかな。
Yeah, somebody is definitely thinking of you, for sure. Kurisa's sniffing. Should keep her too occupied to scold me for a while. Lukaku's father soon appears. Lukaku is pretty flustered. He's practically dragging his father behind him.
お父さん、早く早く。
ちょっと待ってくれ。そんなにせかされても転んでしまうよ。
だって人類の未来がかかっているんだよ。
そうか。それは大変だな。
Yeah, I have met Lukaku's father several times before. He's a gentle, respectable adult, with the exception of how he raised Lukaku. Apparently the reason Lukaku wears Miko garb is because his father requested it. Maybe his dad's a pervert. Ah! Hey. Let's not. Nah, it's not like I mean to mock the Shinto priesthood or anything like that. Jeez.
やあ、法王院くん、久しぶり。いつもルカがお世話になっていますね。
いえ、こちらこそ。
彼の名前は法王院じゃなくて岡部ですよ。
え、そうなのですか？
助手、話がややこしくなるから喋るな。
You're ruining my life.
事実を言っただけじゃない。
You're ruining everything that I worked towards all these years. And you're messing with it. What did she come here for?
ルカから法王院くんだと聞かされていたからすっかりそう信じていたが、いやー、もしかしてこれはルカに一杯食わされたかな？
お父さん、そうじゃなくて、岡部さんは本名で法王院という名前は
俺は法王院です。
岡部倫太郎って 親がつけてくれた名前でしょ。それを否定するの？
いいから黙れ、ザ・ゾンビ。
誰がゾンビだ。
仲が良くていいですね。
Again, practicing for a comedy routine. Luca's dad looks at Kurisu.
あなたもルカのお友達ですか？これからもルカと仲良くしてやってくださいね。
私は。
この子は見ての通りとても可憐な子ですから。
お父さん、やめてよ。
But Kurisu looks like she's going to cry for some reason. So, is she upset that Luca's father assumes she's a friend? Eh? Kurisu notices my stare and quickly turns away.
So, それで法王院君、私に何か用事だとか。
That's right. This is no time for idle chatter. This meeting will shape the course of Ragnarok. The future of mankind is, well, whatever. I'm a mad scientist, not some sort of hero. Yeah, well, the thing is, Rintaro, when you have like no humankind anymore, what are you gonna research at that point? I explained to Rukako's father how I need the IBN 5100. And then I asked him if that retro PC was donated to Yanabayashi Shrine. Of course, I don't disclose any classified information, like how we plan to hack CERN or how this is all related to the time machine research.
奉納という言い方がふさわしいかどうかは分かりませんが、この神社には確かに9年ほど前に預けられた古い PC がありますよ。
9 years ago. No way. Really?
それだ。それに間違いないです。
ちょっと待っていてください。今持ってきましょ
う。Lukako's father comes back in about 10 minutes. His face is bright red, and he's carrying a large cardboard box. His gait is fairly unsteady. I wonder if he'll be okay.
探すのに手こずってしまいました。おそらくこれだと思います。
Luca's dad places the box on the ground and takes a deep breath as he rubs his back. Was it that heavy? I thank him and take a look inside. Alright. Oh.
これが IBN5100。
Inside is a simple computer with an integrated monitor. The monitor is only about as big as a GPS screen. Jesus. I compare it to the IBN 5100 image I got from Shining Finger. They look very similar. Okay.
ここを見てください。
Lukako points to the logo between the tape drive and the monitor. Before the invention of the floppy disk, data was stored on magnetic cassette tapes. Specialized drives to read these tapes were the norm for computers in the 1970s. Magnetic cassette tapes. Specialized drives to read these tapes were the norm. It says IBM 5100 portable computer. It does look very portable.
我ついに秋葉の都市伝説を解明する
And quickly too, not gonna lie. This is the Phantom PC of Akihabara. It's in excellent condition. There's only a thin layer of dust on it. But it looks like we'll need to plug it in to see if it works. Yeah, true. Now the problem is whether Lukako's father will lend it to me.
漆原担当直入にお聞きしたいのですが、この PC を貸してもらうことは可能ですか？
いいですよ。
そんなあっさりと。
I mean, yeah. He was collecting dust for nine years. It's not like he was using it or anything like that. Is it okay for a priest to just lend property out like that? Items which were donated to the shrine? I never heard of anything like that. That's why I was expecting him to refuse.
これを私どもに預けた方から当時言われたのですよ。いつかこのパソコンをどうしても必要だとする若者が現れるから、その時は快く貸してもらって構わないとね。
Sounds like a very science fiction sentence to say.
まさか本当にこうして現れるとは思いませんでしたよ。というか、私もそのことづてのことはついさっきまで忘れていたぐらいです。ですから、これは法王院君にお貸ししましょう。ただし、使い終わったら必ず返してくださいね。
はい。ありがとうございます。
I bowed deeply, but in my heart I'm grinning like a madman. Yeah. I can't stop laughing. Things are going better than I anticipated. It's almost like everything's being handed to me on a silver platter. Now certain secrets will be laid bare. We can expose their wicked research, and possibly even gather hints on the creation of a time machine. And then I can complete the first time machine in human history! Now I have to get the IBM 5100 back to the lab. But unfortunately, I don't have a car to transport it. In fact, I don't even have a license. Same goes for my assistant.
アメリカでは16歳から普通免許を取れるというではないか。にもかかわらず持っていないのか？
何よ、悪い？向こうじゃ研究漬けだったのよ。
青春を無駄に過ごしているな。
あんたを見てるとそうとも思えないけど、むしろ私の方がよっぽど有意義な過ごし方してると思う。
Touché.
喧嘩は良くないです。
Lukako's flustered again.
ルカコ、今日は助かった。改めて父上には礼を言っておいてくれ。
Luka's dad has already returned to the shrine office. Lukaku nods.
あなたのお父さん、素敵な人ね。
Lukaku and I freeze at my assistant's nonchalant words.
お父さんは結婚してまして。不倫は良くないです。
Damn. Christina, how dare you? Making a pass at a man. You didn't even know that he was married or not. It didn't matter to you. You wanted to travel with Lukako's father and do some naughty stuff, weren't you?
はい？
そうか、助手よ。お前は親父好きだったか。
That's why you were interested in coming here to begin with. You knew that we were going to the shrine anyway, even before you called us. But you were trying to make an excuse, as if you didn't know that it was going to be our destination. You were planning this, weren't you?
待った。二人とも勘違いするな。そういう意味じゃない。
Yeah, whatever. Let's go.
お父さんは渡せません。
Yeah, don't worry, Lukaku. Well, I'm totally with you on your side. Christina is quite a dangerous woman.
泣かないでよ。私が言ったのは親子で仲が良くて羨ましいなってこと。それ以上の意味はないから。そうでしたか。すみません、変な勘違いして。僕はなんで失礼なことを。だから泣かないでよ。誤解が解けたならもうそれでいい。
だが 心の奥底ではルカパパへの募る思いが。
ねえよ。
Christina turns away. I decide to leave it at that. Angering her any further could lead to violence.
ルカ子、さみだれでの素振りを忘れるなよ。
はい、頑張ります。エルサイコンガリ
Elpsai Kongru.
コングルーだ。いい加減覚えろ。
すみません。
Yeah, indeed. You gotta practice your swings, Lukaku. You gotta use the samidare. Because God knows you're more than likely gonna be in danger in the future of having your father be taken by a dangerous woman like Christina over there.
ちょっとあんた、女の子をいじめるなんて最低じゃない？
See? I wouldn't know. Lukaku is a guy. I ignored Christina and lift up the box with the IBN 5100 inside.
って重っ。
I can barely get it off the ground. Put it down for now. Now I know why Luca's dad was red in the face when he brought this thing in. You know, I was thinking it. It says that it's a portable thing, but, you know, early technology, it's not the same as carrying like a small laptop and all that. Back in the old days, like, things like this must have been constructed with like heavy stuff inside that goddamn thing, so I won't be surprised.
そんなに重いんですか?
That or Rindatori is like a weak person, you know, physically and all that.
なんじゃくね。CRT のモニターぐらいの大きさなのに。
ならばお前が持ってみるがいい。俺の言葉が間違いではないとわかるはずだ。
Kurisu sighs, grabs both ends of the cardboard box, and lifts. She strains with all her might, but gives up without lifting it even a centimeter. Well, at least I admire the attempt in the first place.
すごく重いです。
She blushes slightly, but still maintains her usual frown. My assistant seems to have a strong competitive spirit.
30キロくらいあるんじゃない？これ。台車か何か借りた方がいいかもね。漆原さん、この神社に台車ない？あるんですけど、実は壊れちゃってて、すみません。
I'm gonna assume it's like one of those that you would use to carry like statues around, because no doubt your shrine would have like statues, so something that would be necessary.
そう。他に借りられそうなところは？
いや、台車は必要ない。
だったらどうやって持って帰るの？ここからあんたのボロラボまで歩くと10分くらいかかるわよ。
一人では重すぎてきついかもしれないが、二人ならば別だ。俺とお前で持っていけばいい。そのための助手だろう。
このためなのか。まあ、二人で運ぶならなんとかなるかもね。だが断る。
え？
断るって言ったのよ。
だが断ると言ったか？
うるさいな。そうよ。断ったのよ。
But I refuse. Yeah, I was thinking for a second. We had that tip before. But I refuse. Daru said it at some point. What was it? Ah, there you go. But I refuse. On the net, it's usually think that's a cool way to turn someone down. But I refuse. Again, I don't know this particular reference. It's a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reference, I guess. Is that a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reference?
私はもともと知識を貸すってことでラボ面にさせられたのよ。よってこの場合、次の回を導ける。力仕事は無理。
Oh yeah, also, now that I'm thinking about it, she made like another otaku reference. She knows this stuff.
そうか。では仕方ない。とりあえず俺は頑張って運ぶつもりだが。
I glanced at Lukako. He twitches when he notices my look, then timidly raises his hand with tears in his eyes. Now, that's dirty. Only like, cause Rintaro is not gonna make Lukako like carry it with him, but rather he's gonna make Christina think that we're gonna use Lukako, and then she's not gonna have no choice but to help Rintaro so that Lukako would not go through this pain. Like, it's a tactic to use Christina here.
じゃあ僕が漆原さんが大丈夫なの？はい頑張ります。
いや、ルカ子、お前に手伝わせるわけにはいかん。俺が一人で何とかする。
いえ、そんな遠慮しないでください。僕、岡部さんのお役に立ちたくて。
いや、俺が一人で。
僕も手伝います。じゃあ、私も。
どうぞどうぞ。知らなかったのかクリスティーナ。これこそがジャパネーズギャグというものだ。
ジャパネーズギャグ？
ルカ子よ、協力ご苦労。というわけでこの PC は俺と助手で運ぶから、お前は手伝わなくてもいいぞ。好意だけ受け取っておく。
Yeah, I saw it from a mile away. Rintaro is a dirty motherfucker.
はい、そういうことでしたら。
さあ助手、自分から立候補した以上、もう拒否することは許さんぞ。持て、今すぐ持て。
はいはい。
Yeah. I mean, you know, Rintaro is somebody that I would get annoyed by, you would think, but at the same time, I've met a lot of worse people in the past. In my adventures on this channel, that is, of course. Like dirty motherfuckers. Rintaro is nothing. I can manage with a guy like him. Unless he goes too far in some cases. And, well, you know, at least he's proactive. He gets stuff done, like this. It's dirty tricks, but he gets stuff done. We managed to get like a IBM 5100 like this early on, which actually surprised me. I thought it would be like a big adventure to get it. Chris and I lift up the cardboard box. Okay, let's go. The burden's considerably easier when distributed between two people. I mean, how else do you want it? Like back to back? We're positioned so that we're looking at each other. But there's no other way to hold it, so what can you do?
いいから行くぞ。
I start to walk out to the shrine.
なんだ、うるさいやつだな。
あんたね、前に進まないでよ。私が後ろ歩きしなくちゃいけないでしょ。横に動きなさい。
That's always like a huge pain having to walk backwards in this kind of situation. Yeah, just walk sideways.
いいからキビキビ動け、助手。
Jesus.
聞いて。頼むから聞いて。後ろ歩きはさすがに無理。
Like, it's not the same as, like, carrying a fridge where you have no choice but to, like, go backwards and forwards like that, because if you were to be on sideways and walk with it, you would just, like, fall on the ground if there's nobody there to, like, it's complicated to explain, I guess.
常習ならばできるはずだ。
期待してくれてどうも。でも無理。横歩きに変更求む。つうかしろ。変更しろ。転んじゃうから。
It's dark by the time we get to the lab. It's normally less than a 15-minute walk, but since Kuryusu kept begging to take breaks, it ended up taking twice as long.
やっと着いた。疲れた。
お前がああだこうだと文句を言わなければ、もっと早く着いていたのだ。
その言葉、そっくり返してやる。あんただって5回は途中で休憩しようって言った。
あれは俺の体の不調だ。
どこか悪いの？
ああ、たまに右腕がうずくのだよ。そうすると俺の心はどす黒い破壊衝動に支配され。
うっさい黙れ。あんたの右腕の末梢神経も含めて根こそぎ引き抜くぞ。
Which reminds me, we didn't exercise the arm. But, you know, joking aside, Rintaro, like, uses the whole right hand is possessed by demons and such. But, like, I'm thinking realistically, does it actually hurt? Does his right hand actually hurt from time to time, I wonder? Like, I wonder, like, would it... Like, what kind of... Not disease, but rather... He fractured his arm at some point, and then... Like, the only example that I can think of is that... If he were to raise his hand, like, above his shoulder, it would actually hurt. Like, it is a matter of bone... Like, bone pain. Because of some accident, I don't know, at some... like, doing sports or something like that. Like, that's the only example that I can think of. Like, maybe he does have, like a certain condition with his right hand that it hurts from time to time. So, holy crap, there's something wrong with this girl. Rip out my nerves? That's like something from last year's New Gen instance. New Gen instance? Fictional. The popular name for the string of bizarre serial murders that occurred in Shibuya 1 year ago. A total of 14 people died in all 7 instances. The methods of murder were entirely unorthodox, which led to its cult popularity among the youth of Shibuya. The mass media dubbed this New Generation Madness. New Generation Madness. A 25-year-old man was arrested as the culprit, but passed away in the Shibuya earthquake immediately afterwards. To this day, rumors remain on the internet that he was not the true culprit. A string of bizarre serial murder. Oh my god, don't tell me that we're gonna be going through another murder mystery in this. I wanted the break, goddammit. I go to an island, then it becomes like a killing game. I go to another island, there's another like murder mystery involving a rich family. I go to the countryside, shenanigans happen with some murder mysteries, and now here too. Jesus Christ, I can never catch a break. It's the typical old detective that wants to retire, but the curse, like, death always follows him. It's a curse. Okay, I'll shut up. I guess it's official. I am in my retired detective arc. Oops. No, not Rika. Hold on. Ooh. Oh yeah, by the way, I have a Rika plushie that I have it on my desk near my laptop, like all the time, looking at the laptop. Very really cute Rika plushie. There are pictures and phone recordings with my plushie on my Discord server. If you want to join, you can see it for yourself. We have to ascend this rickety building's narrow staircase.
助っ人呼んだ方がいいんじゃない？
そうだな。
I check the window. The lab's lights are on.
あれ
Part-time warrior comes out of the brown tube workshop with a perfect timing.
岡部倫太郎じゃん。何運んでんの？
聞きたいのか？では教えよう。
立ち話するならひとまず段ボール下ろさない？
いや、別に立ち話をする必要はないぞ。
Yeah, let's.
ほんで、何なのそれ？
IBN5100 と言ったらどうする？
すごい！手に入れたんだ。やるね、岡部倫太郎。
I wish she'd stop calling me by my full name. If she's going to do that, she should at least call me Kyoma.
どこにあった？
Just like that. You gotta stretch out the Oing!
重いんだけど。
Just put it down, you idiots! Kurisu starts giving in. I'm about at my limit too.
一旦下ろせ。
Kurisu and I placed it on the ground gently, so as to not damage the contents. It hurts the fingers quite a lot, doesn't it?
ね、どこにあったの？
柳林神社だ。
柳林神社？神社って神の社？
Yes.
ああ。
なんだってそんなところに。
We only know that some person from the past entrusted it to the shrine, and that if somebody, like a young man, were to ask for it, that they would give them to them. Then suddenly, Suzuha looks at Kurisu.
Huh?
She gasps, then approaches Kurisu until they're close enough to feel each other's breath.
何ですか？マキセ・クリス？そうだけど。
For some reason, she stares at Kurisu with frightful intensity. Kurisu narrows her eyes in opposition. What's going on here? Can't move a muscle. The air is so thick with tension.
何なの？私、あなたに何かしました？
Suzuha turns away, and without looking back, disappears into the brown tube workshop.
今の、誰？
Now Kurisu demands answers from me.
1階のブラウン管工房のバイトだ。
なんで私、睨まれたわけ？
知らん。お前が何か怒らせるような真似をしたのではないのか？
If I were to make a guess, maybe it has something to do with your father, maybe?
彼女とは今初めて会ったのに。失礼な人ね。
I don't know. Like, maybe some past trauma that has affected you also affected Suzuha as well? Because it's all interconnected. It's always a thing with my adventures on this channel. It's always connected to one another. In some way, Kurisu picked a fight with me the first time we met too. But that was a hallucination, so I don't say anything. I guess Rintaro is gonna continue to think of it as a hallucination. Okay. I get Taro and Mayuri to come down and help us. And the four of us carry the IBN5100 upstairs.
みんなご苦労。これで俺たちは戦える。
戦うって誰と？
セル。そして世界を牛耳る支配構造とだ。
あんたって本当に幸せそうね。
幸せ？そんなものは望んでいないさ。俺を誰だと思っている？狂気のマッドサイエンティストだぞ。俺が手に入れたいのは混沌。そのためのタイムマシンだ。
ごめん、言い直す。あんたって本当に ベータエンドルフィン過剰分泌によるジャンキーね。
A neurotransmitter secreted by the brain. It effectively suppresses pain and stress, producing euphoria. The effect known as a runner's high can be explained by the secretion of these beta endorphins.
オカリンオカリン、悪いことはダメっていつも言ってるのに。
けどすげえよ、マジで見つけてくるなんて。僕たちにできないことを平然とやってのける。そこにしびれる。
憧れないけどね。
Oh wait, I just don't. I was unfocused there for a second. What the fuck did you just say? For a moment, there is complete silence.
見つけられたのはね、マユシーのお手柄なんだよ。
True. Mayuri, oblivious as always, puffs out her chest with pride. But I don't miss Kurisa's relieved sigh. She keeps dropping manga quotes. Unless he is thinking of Makise right over here, that he was directing it to... I don't know. I'm sorry. Does this mean what I think it means?
マユシー情報がなかったら、オカリンは今も秋葉の街をふらふらさまよってたんだもん。
True.
ああ、マユリの言う通りだ。今回ばかりはよくやってくれた。
ということで、マユシーはそろそろ帰るね。
Yeah. See, this is what I mean when I said that Rintaro, while he is a dirty bastard, he is manageable to work with, because this would have been an example of how he's thinking that it was all thanks to himself, Rintaro, but no, he will praise Mayuri for the job well done of offering the information and all that. So
クリスちゃんはどうする？途中まで一緒に帰ろう。ありがとう。でももうしばらくここにいるわ。
looks like Kurisa's is interested in the IBN 5100 and Serenathrol. That reminds me, I haven't filled her in yet.
そっか。あんまり遅くならないうちに帰った方がいいよ。じゃあまた明日ね。トゥットゥルー。
Mayuri waves her hand as she leaves.
それでダル、 IBN5100 はいつからセルンへのハッキングに使えそうだ？
As we are gonna do it right now. We hope that you manage to get like quite a lot of sleep, because it's time for another all-nighter.
そうだな。
Daro talks as he plugs the IBM 5100's power adapter into the wall. Wait, hold on. I would have tested that before we would plug in, like, in the wall. You don't know how much current would be needed for that. He turns the machine on, and the power supply begins to make a turbulent noise.
すげえ、ちゃんと電源ついた。
Okay, it's working fine so far.
まずこいつの使い方を覚えなきゃなんだぜ。そもそも配線つなげたりも大変そうだし、ちょっ
Okay.
と時間かかるかも。サーバー管理者の ID 探しと同時進行は無理っぽ。構わん。ID 探しを優先させてくれ。できれば今月中に IBN5100 を使えるようにはしてもらいたいところだが。今月ってまだ30日丸々残ってんじゃん。さすがに来月まではかからねっつーの。
Yeah, true. I mean, that's for someone like Daru, it shouldn't take that long. That's my super kaka.
それで
Hold on a second, Christina. Alright, Shining Finger, okay. Have you found any leads? Nothing at all on my end. I've been to a lot of stores, but none of them had an IBM 5100 on display. Maybe I should have tried asking. Anyway, let me know if you found anything, Moeka.
ちょっと岡部。
あ、
What? I look up. Kurisu is glaring at me.
今なんて言った？
岡部って言ったのよ。
岡部だと。
Who is Okabe? There's no such thing as an Okabe in here. Nearly Rintaro. There is only one. Hoen Kyoma. I take one step towards Kurisu. And she takes a step back.
オカリン、タンマタンマ。
Daro tries to hold me back, but I shake him off and take a step closer. Kurisu doesn't step back this time. Without taking her eyes off me, she bites her lip hard and curls her hands into fists. Yeah, that's the spirit, Christina. Fight the oppression!
今岡部と言ったか？
言ったわよ。悪い？確かに私はあんたより年下だけど、人のことクリスティーナだとかゾンビだとか呼ぶ相手がいるとき、そいつには敬意を表さないとするのが私の考えなんだから。
違う！俺は岡部ではない！ホーインキョーマーだ！何度言わせればわかるのだ、クリスティーナ！
I don't know. I just want them to fight. Throw in a fist or two. Give Rintaro like a fist in the face to humble him a little bit, hopefully.
自分のこと棚に上げすぎだろ、あんた。
いい子、俺のことはホーイン、あるいはキョーマと呼ぶように。
お断りします。
Kurisu snaps at me and turns away. Are those tears I see in her eyes?
もしかして泣いたのか？
泣いてないわよ、バカ。男の人に怖い顔で迫られて恐怖を感じちゃったりなんかしてないし、その後のあんたのバカゼリフにほっとして涙が出ちゃったわけでもないからな。
She stalks over to the window and stares outside. I see her wipe her eyes with the back of her hand. Seems she was crying after all.
誰よ？助手はなぜ泣いている？
今本人が全部説明したわけだが、
俺は名前の間違いを正しただけだ。
強気に見えて意外と打たれ弱いのかも。それはそれで燃えるけど。
True. I mean, excluding the whole moe comment right over there, that's true. Well, whatever. Back to checking mail. But I'm thirsty from this hard day's work. So before that, I take a fresh Dr. P out of the fridge.
ねえ、話を聞かせてくれないの？
I toss the ball to Kurisu once she turns around. Kurisu tries to catch it, but fails magnificently. She picks the bottle up off the floor, and then shoots me a glare.
それでも飲んで少し待っていてくれ。
お気遣いありがとう。
I need to send a reply to Shining Finger. She ended up being no help at all, as I suppose I can't just say nothing. Yeah, true. I got the goods. Over. I send as concise a message as possible.
さて。
I turn back to Kurisu, but a reply comes before I can open my mouth. Jesus freaking Christ. The goods? You found an IBN 5100? Gimme! Moeka. Gimme? What nonsense is this? That's cute. Sorry, but I'm not the owner. I can't just give it to you. I sent that. Another instant reply. Jesus. Let me borrow it. Moeka. Well, don't just talk like that. I mean, it's easy to imagine what would happen if I lent it to her. She'll disappear and I'll never see IBN 5100 again. What if you're just gonna send just no? Okay, it's not just no. No borrowing either. You can visit our lab if you want to see it, but no touching. Yeah, that's probably the best. Chiyodaku Sotokanda 3, Okiyama Building 2F. Alright. I add the lab's address and send the mail. No more replies come.
待たせたな、クリスティーナ。
I look up and see Kurisu drinking the Dr. P.
おお、女子はドクターペッパーがいける口か。
本場で7年過ごしてきたからな。
なるほど。お前とはいい飲み友達になれそうだ。
Hey, that's nice.
私は未成年よ。
そうではない。ドクターペッパーを飲み交わす友達という意味だ。
True.
それ限定なのか。
Kurisu shrugs her shoulders and takes another swig, signaling me to talk. And so I explain how Daro and I hacked into CERN, and how they've already had the LHC in operation for 9 years, and how they successfully created mini black holes, and how it looks like they're researching time travel, and also how they haven't disclosed any of that to the world. Kurisu's expression grows more and more intense as she listens to the story.
確かにセルンは妙だけど、それと IBN5100 とどういう関係が？
セルンのデータベースに IBN5100 が使われているのだ。
だから？
そのデータベースの情報を解読するには、同じく IBN5100 を使うほかないということだ。
なんでそうわかるのよ。
とある筋からの情報だ。
I don't drop Tyler's name. I have no doubt this genius girl would laugh if I did. Kurisu puts a finger to her lip, deep in thought.
IBN5100 云々はともかく。
What if we were to talk about John Tyler? Just to test some waters. Like it's either Makise Kurisu or Rintaro. It's either one or the other, and I cannot put my finger on it.
セルンが本当にそんな研究をしているのか、確証が欲しい。
The thing about like the theory of John Tyler being Makise Kurisu is that now that we know that Kurisu right over here doesn't like time traveling and all that because of the whole father like trauma and all that, it's the complete opposite of John Tyler's whole spiel again. And I cannot say that I understand why she would do such a thing. I mean, okay, unless we're talking about a future Makise Kurisu. Now that's a completely different story. It could be like a future Rintaro or a future Makise Kurisu who at that point would believe in the time traveling thing and thus would create this John Tyler persona. But current Makise Kurisu, no way. True, we didn't get any definite proof of CERN's time travel research last time we hacked them.
ダル、セルンのサーバー管理者のパスワードを見つけるのは時間がかかるのか？
ちょうどこれからやろうと思ってたんよ。半日はかからないんじゃね？
というわけだ。
それまで待つわ。
待つって、もう夜になってる件について。今日は一度帰って明日の朝また来れば？
いいえ、待たせてもらう。1マイクロ秒でも早く知りたいから。
Damn. Well, you truly are, like, hyper-focused on your mission, that's for sure, to a point that you would stay here.
いい心がけだ。もはやセルンに隠された陰謀に魅了され、知りたくてたまらないという様子だな。
あんたたちの言うことがもし事実だとするなら、こんなふざけたことってない。セルンは世界最高の研究機関なのよ。そこが実験結果を公表せずに極秘で実験してるなんて。
Yeah, that's true. Hold on a second. Lukako? Oh, I wouldn't want Hashida-san to hyperventilate. I really want to cook for you, Okabe-san. But it's probably best if I don't. Okay.
世界中の研究者をバカにしてる。もし 事実ならだけど。
She finishes by emphasizing that point again. It doesn't look like she believes us.
ではダル、任せたぞ。
According to Daru's research, the IBM 5100 weighs 25 kilos. For now, we'll leave it on the shelf in the development room. We carry the cardboard box to the room, half dragging it. Kurisu follows.
電話レンジ見せてもらっていい？
よかろう。実験してみるか？
Yeah. And do not forget, Kurisu, it's not phone wave, it's phone wave! They've started to change.
あれ以来一度も再現はできてないのよね。過去へメールを送る現象。
Yeah.
理由は把握してる？
I can only shake my head.
ちょっと試してみましょう。
Kurisu looks around the development room.
しかしガラクタだらけね。
ガラクタではない。お前はまだ知らないようだから特別に教えてやろう。これは我ら未来ガジェット研究所がその科学力の粋を結集させて発明した栄えある未来ガジェットたちである。ここに保管されているのは未来ガジェット1号から7号までであり、電話レンジカッコ仮は未来ガジェット8号にナンバリングされるのだ。
Yeah. You are gonna have a field day with these gadgets and their JoJo's Bizarre Adventure references.
未来ガジェットね。
Kurisu casually picks future gadget number 4, Moan Snake, up from the shelf and stares at it.
ちょっとこれって兵器じゃないの？
未来ガジェット4号機モアッドスネークはクレイモア地雷に似せて作られた瞬間加湿器だ。
紛らわしいな。
水を入れて電源を入れればわずか数秒で大量の蒸気が吹き出すのだ。
やっぱりガラクタだな。
Hey. Kurisu sighs and returns Moan Snake to the shelf.
これ借りるわよ。
Oh? That's cute. Without waiting for a reply, she grabs Daru's never-worn lab coat from the shelf and puts it on gallantly. Fits you like a glove.
やっぱり落ち着くな、白衣。
Overcome with emotion, I seize Kurisu's hand and grasp it firmly. You are definitely a scientist's daughter, that's for sure.
助手よ、お前は分かっているじゃないか。
何がよ、話してよ。
やはり研究開発においては白衣こそがユニフォームだよな。
I told Daru over and over, but he wouldn't wear one. But my assistant is different. She put it on before I even said anything. Oh god.
やはり俺の目に狂いはなかった。クレスティーナ、お前は最高の助手だ。
褒めてくれてるのかもしれんが、私にしてみれば侮辱されてるとしか思えんぞ。おい。
She shakes off my hand and turns her back to me. Yeah, keep the intensity a little bit low, Rintaro.
その白衣はラボ面加入記念としてお前にプレゼントしよう。もともと誰も使っていなかったのだ。気兼ねすることはない。あるいはその白衣は元からお前に巡り合うべくして巡り合ったのかもしれん。ダルが着ようとしなかったのもまた必然。すべてはシュタインズン。
くだらないこと言ってないで実験してみましょう。
What is Steins Gate? Is there some significance to it? Is it at the core themes of, Steins Gate, the visual novel? Will it have, like, the equivalent of... Will it be the equivalent of, say, without love, it cannot be seen? Or is it just some bullshit words that our boy Rintaro created that will have significance in the future. We are the creators of Steins. Kurisu thrust both hands into her lab coat's pockets, then bends down to look at the time machine now placed underneath the table. The previous experiment broke the table and even left a hole in the floor. There's a danger that will happen again if we successfully reproduce the discharge phenomenon, so unfortunately we'll have to leave it on the floor for now.
これって電子レンジの方は何もいじってないんでしょ？
I point to the X68000. There's code on the screen.
常時ターミナルモードにしてやる。どんな設定にもできるのだ。市販されている電子レンジよりも無茶をさせることも可能だ。
放電現象が起きた時はどんな設定にしてた？
特に何も。出荷時設定のままだった。
バナナもらうわよ。
The bunch of bananas only has 3 bananas left. Oh, are we actually going to be doing it? Right now?
それは前売りのものだ。
だったらあんたに許可取らなくていいわね。明日新しいバナナ買ってくることにしてと。
Fine. Yeah. Didn't say I didn't warn you. It's not the Rintaro that you're gonna make enemies of. Kurisu takes 1 banana from the bunch, squats down, and places it inside the phone wave. Inside the change. She begins to type on her phone. Okay. She pushes send, and the phone wave, inside the change, begins to turn backwards. After 120 seconds, the chime rings.
何も起きてない。
The banana is still in the microwave, unjellified. Kurisu yelps as she tries to take out the banana, and quickly draws back her hand. Yeah, what did you think it was gonna happen? Of course it's hot. She starts blowing on her fingers.
温められてるわ。
レンジが普通に動作したということか？
This proves that the hidden function Mayuri found wasn't a freezing function. But we knew that already. Okay, I am forgetting right over here. Of course it works with Rintaro's phone, but did it also work with Daru's phone? Undaunted, Kurisu throws in a new banana, and once again begins reverse rotation for 120 seconds. But the second banana warms up too. We can't reproduce the jellification phenomenon, much less send mail to the past.
どういうことだ?
I mean, again, it's because maybe we emptied it out of whatever source is needed.
やっぱりこの前起きたことはイレギュラーだったっていうことか。
イレギュラーだろうがなんだろうが原因を究明せねばなるまい。
それには同意。
We agree for once. But Kurisu's motives and my motives are probably the exact opposite. My assistant here wants to disprove my theory that the phone wave, named such to change, is, in fact, a time machine.
この前の実験ではちぎられたバナナは電話レンジカッコ仮で120秒間を過ごした後、バナナの房へとゲル化して瞬間移動した。これは120秒前の状態に戻ったと考えるべきだ。
Yeah.
違う。120秒前の状態に戻るならゲル化はしない。
Well, maybe not the state, but its location in space. So she wants to say that because it was jellified, it didn't travel back in time.
唐揚げはゲル化せずに冷凍状態へと戻ったのだぞ。
そのゲル化せずに冷凍状態へ戻ったっていうロジックも怪しい。冷凍されていただけでゲル化そのものは起きていた可能性については検証した？